I'm so glad that you're here. So I want to ask you a question. What if you could write your own best-selling book? What would that mean to you? Well, stick around because that's what this video is all about. So today I have a very, very special guest, and I want to introduce her to you. This is Charlotte Howard today. She is an award-winning transformational lifestyle coach, #1 international best-selling author of the Success in Beauty book series, Hairstylist Rich's book series, and How to Easily Publish and Profit. She's written a lot of books, folks. She is a book publishing expert who personally published over 40 best-selling books in 13 different languages. She has been called by the Information Marketing Journal an information marketing genius, and I can see why. And she's been featured in over 100 media outlets, including ABC, NBC, and Fox. In her free time, she travels and explores beautiful vacation destinations with her family. She also loves teaching, reading, writing, and taking brisk walks on the beach. I mean, who doesn't want to do that? Listening to music, dancing, and watching movies. And I want everybody to welcome Charlotte Howard. We're so glad to have you here today.
Thank you so much for having me.
So, you've got a little bit of a scratchy voice today.
Yes, absolutely. I don't know. I think it's because of the weather change. I just lost my voice.
Well, that's okay. We are going to just have fun with this. And, you know, the one thing that comes to my mind right away is first of all, how you've done so much, but how you got started with this.
Actually, when I got diagnosed with carpal tunnel syndrome back in 2000, I had to look for a way to try to provide for my family. And so one of the things I looked into was writing a book because I saw so many people being able to travel, writing their books, and just exploring different vacation destinations. And I said, wow, I want to do that as well. So I found a coach and I got mentorship. And then I got into publishing, doing it that way, especially since my job had to transition. And I was working in corporate America as a salon manager, and I actually had to see how I was going to be able to supplement my income, because now I had to also train someone else to take on the position because my doctor had recommended that I change my profession completely. So then, you know, as a single mom, I started thinking, oh my gosh, what am I going to do? And so I went ahead and trained the person that was going to take over my position. And I started coaching and consulting with beauty professionals on how they wanted to start their own beauty salon businesses. Them wanted to retire from behind the chair. They wanted to be their own boss so they could have more control of their lives. At the same time, being that I was working 80 plus hours a week in multiple salons, I had no life. I had no freedom. And so it was just a wake-up call for me to be able to say, well, I better listen to what my doctor is telling me. I better figure out this unique way that I'm going to utilize the skills that I've already learned to put it into practice and actually help more women as well as men that started being attracted to me working with them to really start taking more control of their lives. So that's how it all got started.
What an inspirational story. I started Fearless Pursuits based on the premise of life-changing experiences and having to start your life all over again in a sense. But the thing is that when you have that opportunity to start your life all over again, you can choose any reality, and for you to go out and pursue fearlessly what it was you really wanted, to go to fabulous destinations and to write these books. I really honor you for that, because I know a lot of people, they will continue working and they will continue to live these lives that are just, going nowhere, that don't fulfill them, that are, not happy. And I really think that what you're doing is amazing, to be able to inspire other women to go after their dreams. So
Thank you.
I want to ask you a couple of questions, if that's okay with you, because, beyond your story, I think that you have so much that you can share to our viewers. So my first question is, do you think that women need special skills to write a book?
Absolutely not. I mean, we all, as moms, we're always constantly figuring out different things that we can do to help so many people, and to the point where we're always helping everyone else. But we put everyone else before ourselves. And so we're learning, always learning. And so there's no special skills. I always tell my clients to write what they feel led to write from the heart, because everyone can teach someone something new. And I know that it will definitely help so many people make a difference in their lives, because not everyone knows everything, but someone knows something.
Just a little bit more than that next person. And when you know just a little bit more than someone else, you're able to really teach them what you know. So I know,
Absolutely.
You believe writing a best-selling book can really create their dream life, right? So why do you think that writing a book really helps people create their dream life?
Because it allows you to write around your own schedule. It allows you to control your whole entire life. It opens so many doors for you when you write a book. You gain more respect in the industry, and even if you weren't trying to pursue a specific industry, you're going to attract more respect within your community, even whether that's church or just any type of community. And it's also going to help you gain more visibility and profitability as well if you're trying to build your brand, because people automatically see you as an authority when you publish a book, but more so when you publish a best-selling book.
So I know anybody who is watching this video has tons of questions. So, I think, one of the biggest questions that comes to my mind is, if we have an idea to write a book, eventually we're going to need to publish the book. Do you have a tip that you can offer to our viewers about how to get their book published?
So you can either go with a traditional publishing company, or you can try to do it yourself. One of the things I would say, if you're going to utilize any type of platform, there are platforms out there like Lulu, Create Space, Ingram Spark, or as well you can utilize Heart Centered Women Publishing to kind of guide you through which platform would be best for you. And then you can also start your own publishing company if you choose to do that. We help you do that as well. So it's really a great way for families to just take control of their lives by starting even their own publishing company, because you're attaching it to your legacy business that you're building for your family. And so those are just some of the things. I would say this: when you're writing, don't try to do any editing. Let other people do the editing. It's okay if you go back and you read through it after you've written it. But a lot of my clients made the mistake of they're writing and then they go back, oh, I meant to change that. But it's best to write it, do the first draft, and then go back and go through it for the second time and then the third time, and then have a team of people to help you with the whole entire process.
Good advice. Good advice. So when we start thinking about actually going out and writing our book and then getting it published, we realize that there's a lot of working parts here. There's a lot of people involved with that. So what sort of range in pricing are we looking at here if someone really wants to hire you as their lifestyle coach, or maybe even get it published? Is there a fee for that sort of thing?
Sure, absolutely. So if you're wanting to create your own self-publishing company, what you can do is we'll coach and mentor you every step of the way. And that price range is like anywhere from $1,000 all the way up to $18,000. We have financing options like for 8 months, 12 months, and things like that. So if you were to go with a financing option, you would wind up probably paying like a monthly retainer fee right now for like maybe $132 a month until that payment is paid off for like 8 payments. Just to kind of give you a ballpark on what that would actually range. And then as we continue, as you're deciding you want to do more books, then you can just continue to work with us, and we'll continue providing support. What's involved with all the different packages, we have a lot of clients that they have someone that they already are working with to create their own cover, their own editing and all that stuff. We also guide and coach you through that, but we also provide these services in packages. And again, that starts at, ranging from the $1,000 range and up. And we also help with promoting, because we're always excited to promote people that are taking control of their lives. And it's just exciting for us. We just love what we're doing. So we like to share all of the authors that are coming out. Even we like to share authors that are coming out that we haven't published, because we think that they're contributing back to the universe and really making the world a better place.
I really love that. That's really beautiful. So, before you were talking about, publishing the book creates credibility. So can you really talk a little bit more about how it actually creates the visibility and makes them feel credible, or makes them look credible rather?
Okay, sure. So when it comes to, for instance, being on TV, being on a radio station, when someone finds out that you're a best-selling author, they're more apt to contact you back, because they not trying to put down any authors that haven't hit bestseller, but they are more apt to reach back out to you because you are a best-selling author, and they figure that you're promoting more than just a author that hasn't hit the bestseller status. They automatically see you as a celebrity in the industry. And so, even when you're raising, doing sponsorships and things like that for your businesses or even for your community, if you're a best-selling author, you have more people reaching out to you and more apt to do business with you, because again, they see you as a celebrity in the industry, and they know that because you're a best-selling author, that you are going to do your very best to promote and to really put your best foot forward when it comes to to building out the audience and trying to provide more value at the same time as well. So it's really key that, everyone get to that status so that they can gain the respect and the credibility, as well as they can demand more for their coaching and their mentorship, as well as if they're doing speaking engagements, tying it into a nonprofit organization to really help them, raise more funds for whatever passion-driven project it is that their heart desires at the same time as well.
Right. Okay, good. So, I'm really curious about, you've been able to write lots of books and you've been able to make a living out of this. I mean, clearly you coach people through it, but, at one point, you're making money off of your books. And, I'm sure our viewers want to know, how much money can they make? What's possible for them when they write a book, especially if it's a best-selling book?
Absolutely. That's a great question. What happens is, because I feel like when you write a best-selling book, the opportunities are endless, because when someone see you as a best-selling author, different people start reaching out to you, people that you would not have even thought of. When I first started out writing, I actually started writing articles before I actually started publishing my book. And because I started writing articles around how to create your own home-based beauty salon business, when I did that, I had no experience at all. I had this publishing company reach out to me before I actually started publishing, and they wanted to pay me up front before I even wrote the book. They wanted to pay me $3,000 on the front end, and then they would continue paying me royalties. Now, I don't know, but I always say, you don't know who's watching you when you're online or even locally. And so I didn't take the $3,000 because I wanted more control over the content that I was creating. I know most people would have taken it, but I figured, I'm on to something big here, because if they're willing to offer me that, then I feel like I could have impacted more people. And I would be able to control the information that I'm sharing. So if I took on that package, what they were trying to give me, then I would have to answer to them on how I didn't want anyone to change my voice for how I wanted my readers to understand what I was telling them on how they could actually create their own salon-based business from home. And so I decided to publish my very first book, which is Hairstylist Riches. And I talked about how putting God first in everything you do was important. And I talked about the different ways of the different struggles that I had within the beauty industry, and how people could actually take their passion and turn it into something, way bigger, that they could really help to impact so many more people's lives. But that was just one experience, but I could share a ton more. It's just been just so many opportunities that have come about just from taking my articles and actually compiling those articles, kind of going more in depth, sharing more in-depth information about, if everybody has articles already, they could just add more to it, and they can utilize it to publish it in their books. And so a lot of time people think that they have to go about and write all of this all over again, but really you can start with some of the information you already have.
That's really great advice. So, there was a lot of information there, but I want to talk a little bit about how you started with that one book, and the story about how it is they were going to pay you. So how did they find you in the first place to offer you to write the book? I mean, you didn't even have, a book written, and you weren't really promoting yourself, right? And then they came to you.
I was actually utilizing social media, and I have to say social media has been like 90% of how I get most of my business is from social media, and then we actually connect locally. That's how I utilize social media. But they found me. I wrote an article on ezinearticles.com. I don't know if you're familiar with Ezine Articles. But they found me, and then I was blogging as well on my own blog. And they saw the information, and then they just reached out to me. And I was in like awe of them reaching out to me because they were looking for someone in the beauty industry that could teach about how to create a home-based beauty salon business. And I kept writing all these articles, and they found me that way.
That's a beautiful story. And I think, that really says a lot there too, to all of us who are, promoting our business, we're marketing our business, and we're taking advantage of the tools that we have on the internet, which is a beautiful thing, when we're using social media the correct way. I think that that's really just an inspiring story and proof to people that if they just stick with it and they have a dream, that anything can happen. So I just think that's such an exciting story.
Thank you.
So, we talk about creating a dream life. So becoming a best-selling author can help women positively transform their lives, right? But how do you see that as a way that they can transform their life?
Well, it's like it gives them a confident feeling because they're doing something that is meaningful. At the same time, if you are a woman that came from like a traumatic experience before, or someone who's been like shy, like I used to be, coming up in school, it'll give you something that I like to say it's like a baby. It's like you're nurturing it, and it gives you more confidence because you have this beautiful, beautiful baby now. And it just gives them the confidence to keep going and boost their self-esteem at the same time. Because now when people hear that you're writing a book, they're like, oh my gosh, she's writing a book. That's pretty awesome. At the same time, it's like you're transforming other people's lives as well, because they're reading. They get to learn more about you as a person, not just seeing you on social media or seeing you locally. They get to experience you on a deeper level from your writing. And that to me is really, really powerful.
I totally agree. I can really see how that would really transform your life, but as well as other people who are reading it. It just personalizes people so much.
Absolutely.
So,
absolutely.
What types of books are the easiest to write with the market appeal of becoming a best-selling author?
Well, I'm going to name a couple, and I know many of you could probably relate to writing an inspirational story. All of us, I would have to say, all of us probably at some point in our lives have experienced something that we've had to overcome. And that's very, very inspirational. And so I would suggest first writing an inspirational book, sharing your story of how you've actually overcome something in your life. And another option would be to create a how-to book, like how to go from employee to entrepreneur. That's a great way. I know that you can come up with a bunch of different titles and things that, we're all just growing consistently, but how-to books, inspirational books. You can go out and interview people like you're doing right now, Sharon, and interview people with whether you're in the industry or not. People will be absolutely honored, like I am, to be on here sharing. And you can get those interviews transcribed and actually put them into different chapters and feature each person into each chapter and make it an inspirational book, or do the same with a how-to book as well. So those are just two of the key ones that I would definitely start with as well. And sometimes you can do a mixture of both. But at the end of the day, it's just which one do you feel that you can do like right now, today, that you could not procrastinate about getting it out there, because the more that you hold this information in, you're actually doing others a disservice as well as yourself a disservice. And so it would be great for everyone to just, start thinking about some of the things that they can do to share what they've already overcome and start getting it in writing.
Really great advice. Thank you for that. So I know that we've really inspired a lot of people. I mean, when we do these videos, we don't really know who we're touching, right? But I know that somebody out there has a book in them. They may even have 2 or 3. So I would love for you to tell the viewers how it is they can get in touch with you and exactly what it is that you can do for them.
Absolutely. Everyone can definitely reach out to me at heartcenteredwomenpublishing.com. And I hope you can understand because my voice is kind of going, but it's heartcenteredwomenpublishing.com. Our phone number is also there, so you can call us. And what we offer is we offer consultations, coaching, and mentorship from start to finish on how to go from having one piece of paper for your writing to how to create it into multiple series, if that is multiple book series, if that's what you're looking for as well. Because most people, they start off with just one book, and then we start working together and they're like, oh yes, I can do more. So we actually we do all of the cover design based on what your look and feel that you want the audience to actually get from reading your book. We do the editing. We have the whole entire marketing, best-selling book campaigns and all of that we help you from start to finish. So all we like to tell our clients is just reach out to us, all the potential clients as well. And that way you can talk with us hassle-free, no cost to speak with us to get a clear understanding on what it is that your needs are, and then we can work out what will actually work best for you, and we'll get the ball rolling for you.
Beautiful. That's wonderful. So I know that, a lot of our viewers are going to have questions. So I want to invite you, if you're watching, to leave a question below. If you have any questions at all, we will get back to you. Also, if we didn't get that website address when we were talking about it, I will definitely put it in the link below for you so that you can reach out to Charlotte personally. So, I am just so honored, Charlotte, to have you here. And thank you so much for all of this information. And, I have a book in me.
Oh, yes, I know you do. Yes. Absolutely.
So
I really appreciate you allowing me to be here.
Oh, well, thank you. It was really a pleasure talking to you. And I want to say thank you to everybody who came here today. And if you are watching this from other platforms that I post on, be sure to head on over to the Dynamic Divas and join, because we always do guest speakers just like this, giving out powerful information on how you can fearlessly go after your dreams even if you're starting over. So thank you so much for coming, everybody. And thank you, Charlotte, for coming. And stick around because I want to talk to you after the video. Thanks so much, everyone. Bye for now.